So let's go ahead and get right into the news.
Let's be real. That's what they're here for.
Oh, I know they are. The problem is this post is apparently suspended account. And this was about Pokemon going woke, apparently. So
What?
yeah.
I know what the. Do you have the
There's
URL of the post?
yeah, I do.
Run it through the archive and see if you can find an archive of it.
I am. I just didn't have time to at the moment.
Because somebody might have archived it. I don't know for sure, but
Let's take a look through the internet.
that's interesting that they got suspended though.
Yeah, I know. I can't remember what the original post was, but we have a few other posts here too.
Well, I know what it was about.
So, Wayback Machine has not archived that URL. And the internet or web page archive didn't have it either. So, you know, I guess not. But let's bring this up real quick because I know this. Yes, a mere half year ago, I was a black belt. What transformation would you say? Yeah, so
transformation from her being a black belt to buying groceries.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, see, when I played these games, because I remember this one, or a lot of these, because I played Pokemon, right? Like, I played them all. And, let's see. Sorry. Anyway, I played them all. And there is a trainer type called a black belt, right? And they're usually guys with black belt skis on, Pokeballs, and they have fighting type Pokemon, is what they usually have. But in real life, I didn't think anything of this at all, and I still don't, to be totally honest, because I know what they're insinuating, that dude transform is trans, essentially, right? Went from being a dude to now a chick shopping for groceries. But I don't see it. I guess is the best way to put it.
Because I just assumed that the black belt could be anybody, man, woman, child, whatever.
Yeah, I just don't quite think that's what anybody meant with that, because going from being a black belt to being in the gym all the time and stuff, to now being, I guess, a mom or whoever shopping for groceries.
I just thought it was being a. To me, what that read as, if we want to kind of dive into it, this is kind of a stretch too, but
yeah, like this post is talking about that.
If we want to dive into it, to me, it looks like that post is about being a job-oriented woman versus a housewife.
Yeah, like this particular comment here is the one on the left is a reference to cosmetic surgery, not transitional surgery. If you really want to believe that all black belts must be male and all beauties are female, then you also believe they're identical clones of each other, because they all look the same for the most part. It's like there's Nurse Jenny in every single Pokemon or Poke Center, and it is ridiculous. I mean,
and also
I feel like it's one of those reaching things. To be totally honest,
I could have sworn there was even
every
black belts when I played.
All the black belts in the game, they are all men, right? And all the beauties are female. All the ace trainers have both male and female types, and stuff like that. But at the same time, I feel like this one is just kind of reaching.
Yeah.
But they are going woke at the same time. Right, so you got Grums here. Is Pokemon going woke? Pokemon Go changes female trainers to remove hit man up job, removes lipstick. Hiring for DEI.
That link will send you to it.
For diversity, BLM ex Pokemon lawyer purging gamers for years. Oh, that sends me straight back to this.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, a lawyer involved with Pokemon Halo series slams anti-woke gamers, saying his job was to purge them.
That's
But yeah, you can definitely
words. Very
see there's definitely a clear difference between the updated models and the original models.
I wouldn't even say that's an update. That's more of a down date. It seems like they.
Yeah, it is. It's more rounded and kind of looks like a man now. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, and also it seems more. It seems way less detailed. Like they removed effort.
Yeah, I mean they did that little graphical update or whatnot, but I swear when you go to this kind of system, it always seems less detailed than it was originally. But yeah, apparently Niantic has a push for diversity. On June 3rd, 2020, Niantic tweeted out its support for BLM movement and the Black community, although plenty of other companies have tweeted their support of the movement. These statements are also vague and shallow words with little, if any, substance. To anyone who reads Niantic's statement, it was clear that was not what Niantic was doing, and it's cut off here, so there's not really much there. But yeah, I mean, everybody tweeted out that kind of junk too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's just further down the thread there.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me 2 seconds.
Yeah, no problem. So basically, a lot of these different companies have been doing this. It's been ongoing. Like a lot of these companies will post, "We support the modern thing." If it's Pride for 1 month, they're gonna put up rainbow everything, and then the moment that month's over, all that shit comes down like it's freaking January 1st. It's absurd. Is really what it is. And then uh what it really is marketing. And with the BLM thing, they thought it was going to be the same thing. It was like, oh, we can just use this for more marketing, blah blah blah. But the problem is that with like the BLM thing, that was actually revealed to be a scam. Actually, I would dare I say most of it's a scam, but these companies look bad because uh, with the BLM stuff, by large mansions, uh, the BLM founders and stuff have been caught up in litigations, which really makes these companies look bad because they supported con men essentially. And you can argue, oh well, we didn't know. Well, that's kind of why you have people to do the research. So that doesn't excuse these companies. Saying you don't know isn't a good excuse.
Absolutely. And did you know there was actually a BLM before BLM was a thing, and then they sued those BLM?
Yeah.
Talk about scummy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Sorry about that. And then, of course, this is another bit of evidence here. Oh, what were you saying?
I was going to say, fun fact, the original BLM actually was like they had like lawyers that would fight against like wrongful, what do you call it? Wrongful, legal cases against African Americans who were like being jailed for like 25 to life on like marijuana charges and bullshit like that. So they weren't really bad. It's just they were focused on African Americans, and then the new BLM came in and just like fucked all that up.
Yeah, but anyway, further down the thing,
that's
here you got this, and other than like this here, yeah, I can see the thing right here.
Yeah,
but the rest of these are kind of, I feel like they're reaching. I really do. Mainly due to the fact that, as it stands, Pokemon is a kids game, right? Like, yeah, I know people like to do that. Why do you care? It's just a kids game, and it is. They've been toning down Pokemon for a very very long time. Uh, and then you got people going it's like none of the female NPCs wear skirts, and yeah, this is also a 3D game where we can tilt the camera underneath people. I can understand why they didn't put skirts in Scarlet.
I,
Um,
I disagree.
but yeah,
I disagree because you know what you can do with NPCs that have skirts? You cannot put detail under the skirt.
yeah, I know.
Like
But
what?
at the same time, laziness is there.
Like you can just put a solid block under that skirt and people would go, "Oh, there's nothing there," and then move on with life.
I know, but then you also have to deal with the whole screenshots and other stuff, and the fact that the Pokemon Company tends to find themselves in controversy every so often. And
But
I can understand why just not doing it
how would it be controversial? Somebody
is a
does an
thing.
upskirt shot and there's nothing there.
Trust me, it's the internet. The internet will make it something.
You mean like they'll mod something in?
That too. And
They could mod this and like, okay, now you're reaching.
I'm not reaching.
No, I mean, if it's going to happen anyway, why not just continue with a feminine character model instead of this over masculine model? And I mean that in
Well,
a
this
muscular.
one, this there's a reason why they picked this one because these are usually near the beach. They're near the bodybuilders and stuff like that. It's the
See,
most
that makes sense.
masculine female. It makes sense to have them when they do appear and stuff because they do exist in the world.
Yeah,
Um, but there are others where they are more feminine. But we're living on an island with more rugged terrain and other stuff and things. The skirt just isn't a thing, so I don't. It was just never anything that registered on my mind. Wow, nobody wears a skirt or a dress anymore. But we're also in the 3D age of these games, where we have cameras that we can control up and down, left and
but
right.
but see, I'm just saying that just because it's 3D, that's not an excuse not to have like classical feminine dress. Just don't make it fucking pervy under the dress. Just make it
But
like
this is how I can say that I mean Pokemon might be going slightly woke, but at the same time, damn it, this is also in a Pokemon game. Now, this is an isometric camera. You can't move these cameras left, right, up, and down either.
yeah.
And people made this into a joke. And I think you can go where you can see how this became a meme.
Yeah, but I mean, again, like you said, the internet, they're going to do that regardless. So why take it out?
Easier not to have a skirt. You already got jeans models drawn up. You don't have to do anything extra.
Well, no, I'm not talking about this NPC. I'm talking about like other NPCs where that might fit for them to have. Okay.
Well, see, the Pokemon they're really good at copy pasting their NPCs, which
So
is
they're
what
lazy.
that one comment was talking about down here. That's why everybody's the same thing. All the swimsuit girls, they're all the same thing. They're the same sprite,
Yeah.
and all the black belts are the same.
Yeah.
All the ace trainers, the cool trainers, the psychics, they're all the exact same thing.
Yeah. Well,
Pokemon
the only
essentially
reason I
just
say that is
copies
because
and
like
pastes them.
if there was like a setting, say you're going to a fancy ball or something in the Pokemon universe, you would expect some of the female characters to be in ball gowns.
Well, yeah, but that's also not a setting in Pokemon, so, or hasn't been. And I don't think the one previous to that actually had this problem either. See, Pokemon released, I think it was 3 games at about kind of close to each other. It was Legends Arceus, followed by this one, and then there was one right before Arceus, I think it was. Maybe it was the Let's Go series or whatnot. They were about a year or so apart, but they were also done by like 3 different studios. They weren't done by the Pokemon Company themselves.
Now, did Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu come out at the same time, or was one
Yeah,
after
they
the other?
were released at the exact same time.
Okay.
And I absolutely hated those games because of the way they did catching mechanic.
I think they tried to copy Pokemon Go, if I remember right.
Yeah, that's what they were going for.
I'm like, it doesn't work when it's not physically on the go.
I'm sorry, do what? What's the password to our internet? I can't tell you. What do you mean? What's the password? Home 2.4. Hand it here. Put it in. Why can't you tell me? Because I'm live. I'm not telling my passcodes out to absolutely everybody in the world who wants to find this video later.
Come on, Zio. We won't do much.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, Scarlet and Violet came out November 18th, 2022. January 28th was Legends Arceus.
Okay.
And then Let's Go Eevee was in 2018. So it was those two that were practically back to back, but I believe they were handled by 2 different studios.
Gotcha.
So I mean, they're the company that, of course, actually did it was the Pokemon Company, Nintendo, but the people who actually worked on it was not.
This is definitely your wheelhouse because Pokemon is, peasant gaming to me.
Let's see.
Pokemon is just not my jam these days.
Yeah, like I feel it's reaching because it was never really anything I was even ever thinking of to begin with.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Like none of it seems like a big thing other than the Pokemon Go part where they changed the models to look more like.
But this is like character models from the females in Arceus. Of course, none of them were wearing anything but pants too and shorts. I mean, I really don't have a problem with people wearing pants versus skirts.
Yeah.
And this one was set in a past setting.
Yeah, they look fine. I mean, I think with the Pokemon Go, it's more of the androgynous character model.
But the Pokemon Go just feels like the character model got washed out. It's just androgynous now, and it's not defined. And I guess plumper, to be totally honest.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I have a feeling it has something to do with whatever the 3D engine they're using for it, because these are clearly 2 different engines.
Yeah.
So, but at the same time, you can't deny that Pokemon has been, working with DEI and stuff as well from Nintendo, because Nintendo is a family.
Well, that post I got from the suspended account was a post talking about Niantic looking to hire a DEI or what's the one with the E in it? Equity, inclusion. What was that one?
Diversity, inclusion, and equity, or equity and inclusion.
DEI.
Yeah.
They
see, Niantic also was in Pokemon, so
yeah, but what they were pushing to is that Niantic had a job posting for a DEI agent.
Mm-hmm. Well, then that would be Niantic, and considering the only real evidence seems to be that engine change, it looks like, or graphical change. And considering we're talking about Niantic here, that's not Pokemon either.
Yeah. Well, I think this is good because now gamers are on a swivel looking for the stuff, and if they get not even posted this,
then go get it. It's unlocked.
Okay. And also, I need you to have the channel for the PlayStation. It's not working.
So, with the whole thing with the Pokemon and all that.
Sorry, my kids are needy.
You're fine, dude. You're fine. You're a dad.
They've got a friend over, a couple of friends over, and they're very needy tonight.
So you're fine. You're a dad. We all get it. Like I'm the lonely loser without a family, and even I get it.
You have me, Chad. You have me.
You don't need to make me feel worse, Theo. Come on now.
I love you, man.
Love you too.
All right.
So with the whole job post, and I've been made a post to this effect on Twitter, replying to something or quote tweeting something. Gamers' heads are on a swivel now. If they even get a whiff that this diversity, equity, inclusion bullshit is going to be in a game, they are going to devour those developers and say, fuck all the way off. They're going to just nope out of any project from that developer going forward because we're done with it.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why you're seeing posts about this, because we're hyper focused on, like, does it have it? Yes. Bye.
Yeah, but then we also need to take the time to dive in and make sure it's correct. Because, this is going into Scarlet and Violet. I've played through those games. I don't really have an issue with skirts or not skirts or this, that, and the other. And, I mean, the female characters look female. I mean, this here is, what's her face? I can't remember what her name is. But she's the leader of Team Star, and she doesn't have a skirt. Somebody drew one in here, faded, whatnot. She's got short shorts on a female character, people. I mean, and it's clearly feminine, and she is a shut-in. That's her character. Her whole thing is the fact that she is a very smart shut-in.
She would look better with the short shorts and the skirt, personally.
But have a skirt on. But you can tell she's female.
Yeah.
Like, you can still look at that, even though she's got the baggy thing, and she is I guess she's like the definition of a neat. I think it's neat.
Looks like she has a course of
she is the leader of Team Star and kind of runs them in the background. Always calls them and stuff and issues orders and things like that. But you can tell that she's female.
Yeah.
I mean, Pokemon might have one. I mean, here's one, and this is, the whole, if you want to go with the representation argument, guys, you've got yourself your POC right there, right? And more right here. And you can clearly tell which one is male and which one is female.
Yeah, there was that post that said there wasn't any people of color in Pokemon, and everybody was like, the fuck are you talking about?
Actually, I think that one was Mega Man.
No, there was one for Pokemon.
Was there one for Pokemon too? Oh my gosh, I missed that one. I saw the one with Mega Man, and I was like, the fuck are you smoking?
Yeah. No,
it was, you've got this one here, and she's more of a fighter type. You can tell that she's more the fighting type. And you got her there. But I mean, I just don't see it. I feel like they're reaching.
The problem is that I was going to say, the problem is that old saying where when you have a hammer, everything's a nail.
Yeah. Now, Niantic, I can see, but there's also a lot of people who, like, maybe you're in the gaming, but you're not into Pokemon, so you don't follow the ins and outs of the Pokemon. Niantic is not Pokemon. The Pokemon Company is a separate entity. You've got the Pokemon Company, and you've got Game Freak themselves, Nintendo. They're all separate groups, essentially, right? Falling under the same banner. And then they reached out to Niantic to handle the Pokemon Go release, to do Pokemon Go. And Niantic, of course, is their own thing, and they're a California-based company, I believe, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So I can see them hiring a DEI,
Now, with this picture right here you got on screen with the muscle girl,
yeah.
Here's my thing. With this, I understand the misunderstanding because of the things surrounding trans and especially trans and children. Now, the thing is,
now here's other ladies from Scarlet, by the way.
okay.
The only one who might even closely be somewhat, androgynous or whatnot might be her. But she is like the champion, and she dresses in suits, like pantsuits.
No, I don't
and
see
stuff.
that as
Well, part of her thing, but that would be the only one close. But you look at the rest of these.
yeah, no,
And that's the protagonist, by the way. That is who you play if you pick a female.
Yeah.
It's pretty obvious what they are.
Yeah, for sure. No, the reason I say that there might be confusion on that one picture is because there's not context.
Yeah.
She's a muscle woman, which a muscle woman would look like that.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't give context that you're essentially by Muscle Beach, California or whatever. Like,
well, they're kind of dotted all around the area, but I don't think they're in the snowy climates. And
what I'm saying is that with just this picture,
yeah,
I'm online, I'm looking at Twitter, I see this picture. I've not played Pokemon. I don't see it. I'm a gamer, but I don't play Pokemon. All I see is this picture of this muscle-bound, male-looking character that is presenting as a female. But I don't know that they're at a muscle beach talking to a kid.
Yeah, I mean, they're on an island. Like, the whole thing takes place on an island, so most towns are
I don't know that.
towns.
I don't know that.
That's
what I'm saying.
Context, yeah.
There's no context, which makes me feel like this whole picture is bait.
Yes. Yeah, and you can post this, and you can make the context there. Like, we're talking about Niantic essentially right here. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I
definitely over think here is like
that's a better representation
Niantic's push. And then there's a story about an ex-Pokemon lawyer who wanted to purge the Pokemon community. Now, he is an ex-lawyer for a reason, I'm sure. And this is pretty much about Niantic.
Do we have
somebody like this?
I'm sorry. Do we have that lawyer's name? Because I got a feeling I might know who that is.
You probably would have to look this up on Fox News.
So there was a lawyer in the gaming sphere that kept filing frivolous lawsuits to the point where he got disbarred. And I can't, he was trying to file lawsuits against content creators and all sorts of stuff. I can't remember his name, though.
Okay, well, I'm bringing up the actual article right now. So let's take a look at this. This is from 2024, March 17th. So let's see if we can find a name, shall we? Much larger discussion, blah, blah, blah. Fans love the franchise, trust. Put the blame in the video game industry. One consulting agency headlines, sweet baby, blah, blah, blah. Don McGowan.
Yep.
That guy right there.
Yep. I know that name. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the guy. I'm pretty sure.
Self-employed.
Huh?
Self-employed. Former Bungie chief legal officer. Oh, what is this? Former Bungie. Go off. Let's see. January 25th, 2024. Former Bungie general counsel says the game industry must unionize. Okay.
And he'd be their lawyer, so he'd rake in gobs of money. So that's what his thinking was.
Anyway, yeah, that would be the guy.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's the guy that did the frivolous lawsuits. I'm not for sure though.
Let's see. 20 years in gaming, 17 in C-suits. Twitter thread Kotaku senior Anna Alyssa. Of course he did. Under the social media usernames, trans kids are not a threat. Leave them alone. Argued people who are upset about DEI messaging in games are loathed by the industry. Well, that's fine
Somebody
because
needs to
they're
check his
main consumer base.
Somebody needs to check his hard drive.
I mean, he has that face too.
I didn't want to say it, but
I will. Somebody should check this guy's hard drive. It never occurred to them the reason nobody made games for them was because nobody wanted to make those kinds of games, he wrote. Nobody wants your money because no one wants you in their environment. Take it from someone who's most of whose jobs was figuring out ways to get rid of you. Tell me how that's going for Suicide Squad. Anyway.
No, he's right. 100%. Hear me out. He is accomplishing his goal. His goal did not say at all that he was going to make money.
Mm-hmm.
He said he was going to lose you money and get rid of your clientele. That is all his goal was to lose whoever hires him money and get rid of your clients. And he is accomplishing that goal. Good on him. He's honest. He's upfront. And anybody that hires him is a fucking moron.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, so far just looking through this, looking into it, I would say that Pokemon itself isn't going woke.
No.
But Niantic definitely is, and there was no question behind that, considering they are a California-based company.